We have two very special guests here tonight to talk to us about the Smart City Initiative. And so for those of you that aren't familiar with that, the Smart City is a national program focused on technology collaborations to help local communities tackle key challenges. The Smart City team for Columbus is actually officed in the Rev1 building just back to my left here over the last couple of months, and it's been awesome to see them in action. Today was an important milestone, so if please help me welcome to the podium Mayor Andrew Ginther and Columbus Partnership CEO Alex Fischer.
Good evening, and it is a great night in the city of Columbus, and could not be more proud of this great community. I want to thank Tom Walker and Rev1 Ventures for your commitment to Smart Columbus, literally housed right here, and all of the great collaboration and partnership. Thank you, Tom. And I want to thank the Smart Columbus team, especially some of the great ringleaders and cat herders of this impressive effort. Randy Bowman, Rory McGinnis, Emerald Hernandez, thank you for what you've done for this city. And the entire Smart City team, we appreciate everything you've done. And to our amazing partners, The Ohio State University, Battelle, the Partnership, IBM, Honda, and so many more. We believe a smart city provides beauty, shared prosperity, and health for all of its citizens. We believe Smart Columbus is the best application because it will provide ladders of opportunity for our residents. It will connect visitors and residents to events, parking, and real-time transit information. It will provide green solutions and transportation for the future. And because everything we are proposing in our Smart City application will not only change the quality of life in Columbus, but cities around the country and the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very pleased to announce to you that we have submitted our final application to the U.S. Department of Transportation. Let's give a round of applause for all of the great work. I could not be more proud of this community and the way in which we've all come together, committed to one common vision, to become the Silicon Valley of intelligent transportation systems for the rest of the country and the world, and to make sure that all of our families and neighborhoods throughout this great community get to share in the success story that is Columbus. It's now my pleasure to introduce my partner in crime, the CEO and president of the Columbus Partnership, Alex Fischer.
Mayor Ginther, thank you for your incredible leadership. I start there because it really starts and stops with leadership, and that has come out of City Hall, the vision for this effort, how you put your team on the field with a lot of the other teams in the community to lead this effort has been fabulous. Maybe a review of the timeline. So shortly after Mayor Ginther swears himself in, this effort was well underway. During his transition, he was putting the vision in place, putting team members, calling community leaders, talking about this idea. There was a trip to Washington, D.C. with a group of CEOs and community leaders that Mayor Ginther led to meet with the Secretary of Transportation, or Secretary Fox. And in that meeting, we talked about the Columbus way, the fact that we in Columbus know how to collaborate, we know how to partner, that in fact that is our DNA, that is the culture. From there, we submitted an application, and the mayor was in Austin when we were named a finalist, along with 7 cities, 6 other great cities in the U.S. Fantastic company to be in. But I remember the evening, and I happened to be walking in the short north when I got a phone call at about 9 o'clock on a Friday evening, and the mayor said, "Hey, I just got an advance heads up that we're going to be a finalist." And you rattle off the cities that we're in. And you realize that the country is beginning to recognize that Columbus, in fact, is second fiddle to absolutely nobody in the country or in the world, that we can compete with anybody when we set our mind to it. We then were invited, and the mayor led a delegation to the World Economic Forum, again with the secretary. And on the way back from that trip, after listening to lots of transportation officials and visionaries, we jointly hatched an idea. We said $40 million from the federal government and $10 million from Paul Allen's Vulcan Foundation is on the line. And we said, what if, with the federal monies, we could figure out a way to match it dollar for dollar as a part of our proposal? Because we knew that we had companies like Honda that are leading in research and development, and an institution like the Ohio State University that has the breadth of research capabilities that we think are second to none. And the world's largest research and development organization, a company like Nationwide that's been thinking about insurance of the future and what you do when the kid that is born today never has to have a driver's license in their lifetime and what that's going to do to transform insurance in our country. That we have companies that have built international brands and billion-dollar companies, multi-billion-dollar companies based on our logistics advantage, and you can't be a smart city in the next several decades and not advance logistically. That several years ago, IBM Data Analytics chose Columbus to be the headquarters for its world data analytics activities. And you start adding up those assets, and you start adding up those sets of resources, and you realize we don't need to win a grant to be declared a smart city, but we have a series of assets that we can bring to this winning grant proposal. So we put those partners together, but then we started asking the question, could we match dollar for dollar? Our first phone call I made was to Doug Kreidler, and I said, what do you think, Doug, about this idea? Can we do it? And Doug said, we absolutely can do it, and if it helps, I'll be the first person to join in. And I'm not going to go through everybody who has joined in. We have institutions, we have nonprofits, we have private sector leaders, all of which have joined forces. We're going to keep it proprietary until after we do our oral presentations in a couple of weeks before the secretary. But we have the entire community. They're all here. They've all stacked hands. And actually, it turns out that we're not going to match the federal government's $40 million dollar for dollar. In fact, we're going to double down. And we're going to match it in a 2-for-1 match at $90 million from Columbus Organization. That is our belief in this city. That is our belief in the Secretary's vision. That is our belief that we are in the midst of amazing transformational change. But Mayor, that's also $90 million of belief in your leadership, in the vision of the person that has led this effort. We've left nothing on the sidelines. We put it all on the field. We're not trying to compete with anybody but ourselves. We said, let's be the best at who we are. Let's don't try to be something different than who we are. We are the most collaborative city in America, and the most collaborative city in America is going to lead with its chin, with an outstanding vision, outstanding set of partners, and so we appreciate everybody in the room. I'll call out Jordan Davis on my team that's been instrumental. I'll get myself in trouble if I go beyond that, because it is a room full of partners that are ready to go to work. And what we would say to the country and those that are going to be reading about this, and this is strategic because everybody else's grant is in, they can't amend them. We're going to say we're in it to win it. Columbus is indeed undoubtedly the choice based on our public sector leadership, our private sector leadership, the set of assets that we have to demonstrate to the country how to transform a community based on the technology that exists today and the technology that only exists in our minds that we know will become a reality in the future. That in Columbus, there is no designation needed to be a smart city. But with that said, we intend to win the Smart Cities Challenge. We appreciate everybody being here. Tom Walker, we're going to turn it back over to you.
So thank you, Alex. Today is a day that we can all be very proud of. And seeing as how we took over Rev1's open house here for a press conference, we figured the least that we could do was to celebrate. The work of Smart Columbus isn't over, but on behalf of the City of Columbus, the partnership, Rev1 Ventures, and all of those here tonight, let's toast to the future of our great community and the great ways that we are going to leverage technology and innovation to improve people's lives. Hear, hear.
Hear, hear. Congratulations.